Hello everybody, my name is Petr Koutný and today I am going to show another amazing chess game of two chess stars. Two former world chess champion. White is Garry Kasparov and black is Mikhail Tal. And I have a questions to you. Who is more famous chess player? Do you believe that Garry Kasparov is famous than Mikhail Tal? Of course, Garry Kasparov used to be one of the best chess player in chess history, but at the other side, Mikhail Tal is one of the biggest chess attackers, and he is famous for his amazing chess games. Maybe his games was not such a brilliant as Garry Kasparov's games, but both players are great, and that's the reason why I believe that this game is interesting and you will enjoy. If yes, and you are going to see interesting chess video, feel free and press like or press follow and make my day, because this game is exciting and I believe that this game will give you inspiration or motivation why to play chess. So let's come back and let's speak about this position. Say after move a3 and after this exchange, this position is interesting. White is enjoying power of two bishops, and that's a good for tactical chess player. In open position, two bishops are strong weapon. At the other side, White is not enjoying his little bit worsen pawn formation, and maybe c3 pawn and a3 pawn are tactical weaknesses. So black has to attack white weaknesses, because that's a great plan and one of the strongest chess plan ever to attack your opponent weaknesses, and white has to find a counter attack against maybe black's king. Two bishops are strong in the open position. So knight e7 happened and queen to c2. Of course, knight e7 is the idea to play bishop f5 and to exchange this bishop. Without two bishops, white will not have two bishops advantage, of course, but at the end he will have pawn weaknesses. So it was important for Garry Kasparov to go queen to c2 and not allowed this bishop exchange. That was important first move, and that's exactly happened. So queen to c2, bishop d7 and bishop g5. Yes, white is here more aggressive, and bishop g5 probably is giving first threat to black. So just to take on f6 and then to win pawn on h7. So what is interesting here, that after move knight g6, Garry is going to play move f4 and f5, and this move is strong because just imagine that one more move is move f6, and if this move is going to be played, this is a nearly winning move. Yes, of course, maybe this is a typical or untypical chess plan, but at least it's interesting how to push your opponent to defense and how to be more aggressive. So f4 happened, h6, and now white decided to exchange his dark squares bishop. Yes, of course, since now there is no two bishops advantage, but f5 is a strong move. Knight e7, and just imagine that white will prepare move knight f4 and knight h5, then nobody will stop white to play move f6. And that's exactly the plan, and that's exactly why I still believe that Garry Kasparov is playing for advantage and he's slightly better. What I'm missing here is some kind of black's counter attack or counter blow. You know, I'm sure that black has to attack white's pawn weaknesses, but black is only defending, and that's not enough. That's not enough, because if one player is only defending without any kind of counter attack, that's the first sign that something went wrong. And knight g3 happened, knight c8 and rook f4. and knight d6, queen f2 happened. Yes, what's interesting, it's another option, rook f1, because I believe that this rook on a1 is the worst white piece, and it's important to improve our worst placed piece. So for this reason, my choice, if I am Garry Kasparov, but of course I am not Garry Kasparov, I should play rook f1 and say probably black should go king h8, then this is a nice variation. Yes, now white should take on g7 and still he is winning, but we will see nearly the same variation in our main game. So this is the idea. And if this idea is working, white is winning. And we will see that Garry Kasparov will play this move later on. So why not to take this knight? Because of f6, and here black king will be checkmated. Even black here in this variation is one piece up. He's losing because of next coming checkmate. So let's come back what we saw last. We saw after h6 that white took it on f6, now played f5, knight g3 with the threat knight h5 and rook f4, knight d6, and now my choice was to play rook f1, but Garry played immediately queen f2. And what's interesting here, that if you are going to split the chessboard into holes, nearly all white's pieces are on the right side of the chessboard, and white is playing for attack. He's playing where he's stronger, that's nice, and he's trying to push black into deeper defense. That's nice as well, because if we are attacking, we are not defending, and that's important because in a difficult position, lots of people are not able to play the best moves. So maybe for this reason, to be attacker, it's much more interesting than to be defender. And now happened rook e8, and Garry Kasparov is playing knight h5, and he will take pawn on g7. And at the end, of course, this is a winning variation, but let's think about this position. What was wrong with black pieces? What was wrong in black's game? Because I can't remember any huge mistake, you know. It was maybe slight, small mistakes, but at the end, white is winning without any problems against great Mikhail Tal. Of course, Garry Kasparov used to be one of the strongest chess players of all times, and at this time, 1987, when this game was played, he was the strongest chess player on the world. Without any doubt, he was great. He is still great, but this time he was one of the best of ever. So knight h5 happened, and now he took on g7 as you saw. Why? Black should not take this knight right now because of f6, and here without any difficulties you could see that black is losing because black's king is checkmated. Right, so Mikhail Tal, unfortunately, if even he is a great player, this game was not his he's the best one. No, he's in defense, and Mikhail Tal was the best attacker, not the best defender. And here he's losing. Knight on g7, this is a monster. This is a beautiful knight, and black's king is a weak king. So altogether, white without any difficulties is going to win this game. So bishop c6, and now let's watch the last maneuver, last plan. Rook e1, e3, g3, and game over. Yes, of course, if we are going to attack, we have to bring all our pieces to attack. And that's important, and lots of weaker players are not following this simple chess rule. So one more time, attack with all your pieces. And that's happened because as we now understand, rook e1, okay, c3 happened, knight a5, and now let's go on to e3, to g3, and now Mikhail Tal resigned. Of course, That was not the best day of his life, but at the other side, Garry Kasparov was stronger here, and he played amazing chess and he won against great Mikhail Tal. So at the end of this video, thank you very much for watching this video, and let me remember these two chess legends, as I believed they are great and they will be great forever. So at the end of this video, thank you very much for watching one more time. I hope that you like it, and I believe that I will see you soon in our another YouTube chess video. Thank you very much for watching, and see you soon. Bye bye.